Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The race starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the world. I'm James J. This is the Midwest Motorsports season opening race at Daytona for the Truck Series. Last week's duel put Jason Phillips in the pole. Justin Taylor's going to share the front row. We have 30 drivers tonight. We're going to go green. They come around this time by, and looks like perfect weather. Night racing. Lights are out on the pace car. Go through the grid as fast as we can. But welcome to everybody for joining the Rivenvale Twitch stream. YouTube, if you're watching it on YouTube, shows up a couple days later. And we have a full grid tonight, and I'm really excited to see what's going to happen, see where we all play out. Long season, going to carry us all the way to April. There is the 30 car field. I'll be joined by Walker McNulty shortly. Really excited to get this season underway. Last week's duels was just one race. We still call it the duels. So last lap coming to the checkered flag. Big one, shall we say. And Jason Phillips ended up carrying it all the way to the start-finish line. Justin Taylor second. And we are going to go green. As soon as Barney comes out of track, onto the pits. Barney's got the flag. And Season 8 is underway as the 30-car truck field takes the green flag. And we're racing, once again, a very long season. Looking forward to calling the race with Walker. He's going to join us every race. Hopefully, he'll get out of the shower soon and we can join us. Looks like Justin Taylor's already dropped back a row as Sean Happick in the 80 tucks in behind Jason Phillips on the inside lane. Nope, I'm sorry, on the outside lane. Sean Happick in the 80 black and red truck with Norm Snyder right behind him. The pole sitter Jason Phillips now as Justin Taylor in front. Sean Happick pushed the two past the 88 and the two dropped down. We have a new leader for the first lap. Justin Taylor. The 15 of Eric Taylor, 4 trucks back down low. Ian Silva on the outside. And Rye Bates on the outside lane as well. Just in front of the 51. Rye Bates is in the 69 truck. Looking up the third lane, Ian Silva thankfully lets him drop back in and hold his position with Robert Sanders in the 6 multicolored truck right behind him. Big pack coming down the long back stretch. Jason Phillips pushing Justin Taylor down low. Norm Snyder and Sean Happick on the outside lane. Norm Snyder running up front, pushing Sean Happick. Like a couple trucks are having a hard time holding a straight line as Eric Taylor thankfully drops down below the double yellow line. Robert Sanders, outside lane, multicolor number 6. Right in front, that's John Aslin, right in front of Eric Thaler. Behind Michael Harris Jr. in the 40. Whoa, as we have a new leader now, Sean Happick got back in front of the 2 and dropped down as soon as he had the chance, leaving Norm Snyder out to hang on the outside lane all by himself. He drops back 3 trucks. We're coming up on lap 4. Sean Happick is your leader. We have a competition caution at lap 10. Starting to go single file, Chris Thaler and Norm Snyder. First one to go 2 wide. Ian Silva drops back as the big field stretches out just a little bit. Good to see Steve Hansel here in the 24. Travis Jones is back again for another season in the 96. Good to see that familiar paint job. Michael Samia started dead last, and he is all the way up to 18th in the 3 truck. Michael got his number back. Good on him. Justin Glickner in the 21 right in front. The Miller Lite 21, another familiar face. That is the 5 truck of Brandon Cotton. Again, Brandon Cotton down under Justin Glickner now in the 21. So Brandon Cotton's in the 5 truck. Looks kind of like a 9, the black truck with yellow numbers. Got 2 of them there. Looks like teammates. Is that the 60? 69 of Rye Bates right in front. Brandon Cotton, also known as Bonesaw, brought his teammates Rye Bates in, so thank you, Rye. Welcome to Midwest Motorsports. Up front is Justin Thaler and Sean Happick duking it out. Almost go 3 wide. Eric Thaler has found the front. Boy, he has moved up 4 rows real quick. Now he's working the outside lane as Jason Phillips. Oh my gosh. Almost got it wrong there. Your pole sitter dives down pit lane. He's going to try to flip the stages here, try to flip the competition caution. So he's going to be 2 laps short on the fuel run. Pay attention to that. Justin Thaler, Eric Thaler on the outside lane, working well together. Sean Happick in the 80s getting help from the 40, Michael Harris Jr. Eric Thaler and Justin Thaler have Robert Sanders helping them on the outside lane. Coming to the competition caution. No points awarded. Just straight up. Competition caution, come in and get some fuel. Tires if you want them. Who's going to win for bragging rights? Going down the long back stretch. Here they come. Coming to the flag. A whole field goes by. Justin Thaler getting a push from Eric Thaler. Justin Thaler brings it home. Thankfully, the 52 of Colin Huffman did not get lapped. So we will give stage 1 to Justin Thaler as your state or competition caution winner. I don't know. Did you get an iRacing certificate for winning the stage? We'll give it to him. Congrats, Justin Thaler. As Barney comes through like a wrecking ball. And we'll see some pits now. Except for just Jason Phillips and Colin Huffman. Working on it. All right, just in time for the stage break, or no, not a stage, competition caution. Let me introduce you to Walker McNulty. Walker, it's James in the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir, I do. I'm here. I'm alive,
Welcome. That's right.
and I'm clean.
Welcome. All right. Oh, it smells nice and fresh in here now. Thanks for bringing that in. Oh, it's clean competition caution, 10 laps clean. They just said the trucks couldn't do it. We proved them wrong today. Jason Phillips came down and flipped the stage, so he's 2 laps shy on fuel, but Jason Phillips, your pole sitter and winner from last week's duels, is going to bring us to the green next time. But yeah, Walker McNulty, we're at Daytona, man. We're starting season 8, man. It's going to be the start of a long season.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Last season was really fun to watch, so we'll see how this season goes. We've got 30 trucks out there tonight, so should make for some fun racing, I would say.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Looks like we had a couple guys that stay out. 3 cars, 3 trucks stayed out. Michael Samia in the 3 truck, the 23 truck of Mr. Short, and Trevor McLaughlin in the 99 all stay out. That's a little bit of a surprise with a 22 lap fuel tank. We're going to lap 75. So how do you see these strategies working out?
I'm not really sure. These super speedway races always kind of turn into strategy races somehow or another. Even though you don't wear out tires, it's all about only fuel, and yet they still end up as strategy races. So we'll see how this goes. They're going to be 10 laps short on fuel, but you never know if there's some sort of a caution or something right whenever they want to pit, or if they have some sort of like a strategy that they want to pull, with their cutting it into thirds or whatever their race plan is. I'm sure they've thought it out. So we'll see. Yep. We'll see how it turns out.
That's right. There might be a yellow or 2. It looks like the trucks. I don't know how much experience you have in the Craftsman truck on iRacing. Looks like they were a little bit difficult to hold a straight line, as we see Michael Samia and Trevor McLaughlin now coming into the pit. So maybe they want to hang in the back. Maybe that was part of their plan.
Yeah, maybe they're just chilling out in the back of the pack and hoping for some melee and that they don't get into it, basically.
Pick their time, choose their time. So, okay. Very interesting. I'm taking notes, man. This is iRacing for Dummies. I'm trying to learn something here. So appreciate everybody educating me. As now we have somebody with iRacing experience in the booth. Should be a lot more interesting broadcast. I'm glad to have you, Walker. Thanks for coming, man.
Yeah, it was a bit of a rush to get here. Had to leave a little bit early, mid-race. No big deal. Went from one race to another. So here we are. Got my Swedish Fish Ghost Energy. Shout out Trevor. And and we're alive and kicking and ready to commentate.
All right on, man. Well, thanks, man. Hopefully the Black Car Track can run without you, man. You see the Cookie Monster's making an appearance. Tyler Short in the 23 truck. Kind of like it.
He's eating the bumpers.
Yeah, he is. We'll see if he's a pusher or if he likes to get pushed. We'll see how many times he can count. We're going to go green this time by. Eric Thaler's going to start on the outside. Front row, Justin Thaler won that stage. Eric beat him out of the pits. So now they're not lined up together. Robert Sanders in the tie-dye number 6. Sean Happig had a fast truck that uh, first run. So we'll see how well he plays with others now that he's not in the leader. Michael Harris Jr. helps out on the broadcast on Sundays for the Cup Series, and it's good to see Steve Hansel coming in from the Road Series as well. As we're going to go green as Tyler Short has the flag, has control of the trucks, 30 trucks, single file in the back. Barney waves the flag, and we're going back racing to lap 75. See if we can get there and how quickly. Looks like the front 2 trucks jumped out to a lead already. Sean Happig in the 80, third row on the inside, all by himself. See if he can catch back up. 2 cars, 2x2, front 2 lanes, and a little bit of a break. Who's going to get a run? And are these guys going to be safe? As we're 3 wide, Steve Hansel decides not to, thankfully. Sean Happig tucks back in front of Steve Hansel in the outside lane.
Looks like they're getting back uniform again here. Everybody's got bunched back up. The slingshot effect of these trucks is pretty high, so you're not really going to get a breakaway with these things just because they don't really get going fast anyways. So, it looked like they maybe could have had a potential for a 4-truck breakaway if nobody behind them helped each other, but seemed like it went okay as the 24 Steve Hansel jumps down to the bottom in that purple, or I guess pink, yellow, and black Pepto-Bismol truck. I'm a fan of the Pepto. Pepto spiked. Oh, man.
I'll let you try it and tell me how that works.
I'm afraid of what that is. Taco Bell. Okay,
and Taco Bell. Exactly.
Makes perfect sense. Okay. So now we're 2x2 here. Tyler Short leading the inside line. Eric Thaler leading the outside line. As we come around, Eric Thaler going to lead this lap, and they're all 2x2 all the way down the field, it looks like. And everyone giving each other plenty of room right now. Not really much bumping going on other than the 2 leaders out there. Everybody just looks like they're just trying to survive at this point.
Right now they're playing nice. We'll see how long that lasts. Travis Jones in the 96 trying to find out which lane he's going to join. He's got his choice inside and outside in the only truck for now. As he gets some help from the back. I'm not sure who that is. 22, Olavison, Robert. Good to see him back for another season. Or is that John Aslan immediately behind Travis Jones?
Take a second to see if I can find the results from last season's races real quick.
Good luck. I think those are still on Sim Racer Hub, I believe.
Oh yeah, the website change.
Big push. Robert Sanders pushing Eric Thaler. See if they can get past Tyler Short, and if Eric going to drop down in front of Tyler, if he's going to try to find Justin Thaler again. Not enough room. Still overlap. So Justin Thaler pushed Tyler Short back in front. And Eric Thaler in the 15 is going to have to find another way to drop down. Or not. He's going to stay on the outside lane with Robert Sanders in the tie-dye number 6. Chris Thaler. We got 3 Thalers in the top 5. Good on Tyler Short. First race with Midwest Motorsports, and he's leading in the Cookie Monster number 23. Working lap 17 down the backstretch. We got somebody, I believe, Brandon Morris. Brandon Morris in the 39 must have stopped, or he's having a rough time. Good on you, Brandon, for staying down low on the apron. We appreciate it.
Aha, okay.
What happened last season?
Okay, so last season at Daytona, Mark Cochran took the win with Justin Thaler in second, Joshua Anderson third, Travis Jones fourth, Eric Thaler fifth. And then Talladega, Ty Williams took the win with Norm Schneider in second, Sean Cunningham third, Michael Samia fourth, and Ron Schomer fifth. Trying to remember who was faster then, as looks like Travis is getting shuffled back here.
Tyler
Tyler, I mean.
Short, yeah, from the lead.
Yeah, Tyler Short shuffling to the rear. So hopefully he's able to keep back on the draft.
I hope he can tag on to the tail end of the draft, because we have 3 cars a lap down already, getting their pit strategy different. Brandon Morris came in at lap 11. Not sure why he's a lap down already, but Kevin Mayer 3 laps later. Now Tyler Short's coming into pits.
Oh,
that's why I got back, because Robert Sanders gave him a big push.
Eric Thaler, oh my God.
I think he was being pushed in the corner and decided to drop down at the same time. Maybe Robert Sanders was not expecting Eric to intentionally drop down in front of Eric, but in front of Justin. But I figured that the Thaler brothers wanted to get hooked up. I knew that was just a matter of time. We got a lap car truck staying on the outside. Glad to see that.
God. That was a great
close.
save by Eric.
Eric there, he did it again.
That truck was gone. That truck was gone.
Totally. Really smart driver. He's got eyes in the back of his head. Sometimes it seems you can see the future before it happens. I mean, already dodged one tonight, and there's the second good save.
There's Tyler. So I guess he came into the pits.
Yes, he pitted.
Fuel stop.
Now he's a lap down.
He might be able to jump into the back of the train here if he can get going. He might be able to squeak into the draft. So hopefully he can, because if not, he's just going to go another lap down by the time these guys pit probably. So
17.2 second stop. He stayed out at the competition caution, so he was due. He was completely on E.
Oh.
The only one that stayed out. And now Robert Sanders in the 6 after pushing the 15, almost getting them sideways. The 6, Robert Sanders gets a shove from Justin Glickner in the 21. Now the outside lane is the lead, but the inside lane got a little momentum, a little energy building up. And Tyler Short not quite hanging on to that tail end of the lap. We'll see.
Still 2x2. Nothing too crazy going on other than Eric doing Eric things. Still got Robert Sanders and Eric Thaler, the top 2 leading both of the lines. Actually, if we look back there, 4th on the top line, Dustin Reinstedel, ding ding, first time I've seen him at the front so far since I've been here. So looks like he's coming forward. It's a new paint scheme for him. That's a little, it doesn't say FedEx on it, so I'm a little worried for him, but looks really nice. So he should be bringing that Rootley truck towards the front like always, I'm sure.
I forget who the 11 is in the trucks. He's a new guy in real life trucks. I'm gonna have to do some research to find out. I know who it is. My mind's just drawing blank right now. But he's going all the way. He's got a fender, a door in his rig room, hanging on the wall.
Corey Heim.
Time. That's right. Thank you. So Dustin Reinstedel has adopted Corey Heim paints for this season 8. Welcome back, Dustin Reinstedel, former champion, Midwest Motorsports League. Still the Thaler brothers down low. Robert Sanders, Justin Glickner working outside. Good to see the 88 Jason Phillips has made it back after hitting 1 lap short and came back in as well. I think he just ended up coming down the pits on lap 8. Just keep from getting in a wreck, causing a big one. Your pole sitter.
It's cool to see him coming over to the Oval Series again.
Absolutely, it is. He's bragging about his. We brag on him about his road course prowess, and then he goes and wins the duel last week, the first oval race that he enters in Midwest Motorsports Series. Says he's got a lot of super speedway oval experience, but he says that in the post-race interview said that he expects everybody to kick his butt on the 1.5 miles and shorter track. But I think he'll be able to hold his own. He picks up pretty quick, and he definitely practices his craft. If he's got a challenge in front of it, I think he's up for the challenge, and it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah, you know, hopefully he's going to be able to bring that truck a little closer to the front for all of his big ass fans, because they paid all that money to be on that truck, so he's going to need to bring that thing closer to the camera time. You know what I mean?
I do. He
But
has some big ass fans. I'm one of his big ass fans.
I'm
Yeah,
happy to see him doing oval. It'll be fun commentating him and uh, and watching and seeing how he does and all the rest of the races. I've done some of the super speedway racing with him on Saturday nights, and he is a good super speedway racer. So at least you know, we've got 2 super speedways on the season. So I assume we're racing Daytona and Talladega. I might be wrong, but
You're not wrong.
so he's got 2 races where he has experience in, and the rest are just going to be jump into it and hope for the best. Which with these things is not exactly the easiest thing to do, as Michael Samia is shoving it 3 wide right behind him, by the way, and getting it through. The 52 truck just got up into the wall there, but got it back square and going again, Colin Huffman. So he's good, good to go, and still rolling. Robert Olavison jumps back out of the pit lane, I guess, or he was shuffled back or something. Not really sure why he was on the apron.
A little difficult to see the action, but there is definitely some movement going on farther in the back, even behind Jason Phillips. We're watching James Olavison, Michael Ayers. It's like Trevor McLaughlin in the 99 lost his drafting partner in the 3. You got James Olavison in the 9 right in front of him. If those 2 can get hooked back up, but I think Trevor gave Samia a good push there and pushed him all the way up next to Steve Hansel. And that would be inside the top 10 if they can break past Steve. Inside lane starting to build up now and getting a little bit of a lead.
Looks like they're all trying to fight over the bottom to be able to get into the pits. Is what this looks like to me.
Roger that.
That was a crazy push there from Travis onto Andrew Miller. And Andrew Miller, Travis Jones, Robert Sanders are like, they jumped out ahead of these guys quite a bit, actually. It's unusual for the trucks at a super speedway. And would you look at it? Jason Phillips, right after we talked about him, up there in 4th.
Big pushes. Lap 10 was the competition caution. They can go about 20, 22 laps. So we are expecting green flag stops any minute now. That will really shake things up if they can stay green.
As you can see, another truck squeezing in line. Can't even see who that was back there, jumping down, getting into the bottom. Got a few trucks rolling around on the top there. And I assume that they're going to hope that these guys on the bottom hit, like, you know, a lap early so that they can get down safely and come all together. But they'll probably get down to the bottom lane at some point here anyways. Everybody knows, get to the bottom if you want to pit. Typical super speedway stuff. But for right now, it looks like Michael Samia, James Olavison, and Trevor are going to try to move their way up to the front of the pack before the pit stop. Travis Jones jumping up to the top in front of Michael Samia. Saw that train coming. Now jumps back down to the bottom. Oh, man, that was aggressive.
Big move.
So Travis Jones, he wants to stay on the point. That's, I believe that's what he's trying to tell everybody around him. As Michael Samia might be able to lead this lap if he gets a good run here. Not quite. So that's probably why he's charging to the front. He just wants to make sure he leads the lap. Everybody wants the glorious, juicy point.
Do you queue up and let them know that you're coming in, or do you just kind of let them figure it out when you're coming?
I always like, especially on super speedways, to say that I'm coming in. But some guys, and you're supposed to, but some guys, they forget to, or we'll say that they forget to. As you can see, basically everybody on the bottom there, except for those 4 on the top. So a lot of them are likely going to come in together, and like the guys in the middle of the pack here, maybe like 10th place on, they're probably just going to follow the leaders into the pits. So like they might not call it out, but the leaders might call it out. You know what I mean? Just because they're just going to be following.
Right on. It's going to be really hard for the outside lane to drop down and pit safely. So I guess maybe this lap or the next one, they should be coming in. We'll see if you could. Go ahead.
Looks like Trevor got dropped down. James Olavison's going to be getting into the line here, so that's going to leave Michael Samia up there all by himself. Let's see if he can get down in the line. Looks like he might have he had a small gap there, but wasn't able to jump into it. As everybody's coming to the pits, it looks like, for the most part. Travis Jones getting a little bit out of whack coming into the pit lane there, but looks like he got it slowed down. So a few trucks stayed out. Andrew Miller, the leading truck that stayed out, with Michael Samia, Eric Thaler, Justin Glockner, Justin Thaler, everyone else coming into the pits. Oh no, James Olavison missing the pit box. Let's see if anybody forgot to uncheck their tires.
All right. Back to the racing. Andrew Miller up front in the 29. And Michael Samia. We'll see where these guys play out. Thankfully, Michael Samia, thankfully for Michael and Andrew Miller, they got some other trucks to pit with them. They're not pitting all by themselves.
Yep, here comes the other half.
The rest of the field comes in. Yep.
So let's see where these two packs come out together. See if the first pack of trucks was able to get uniform and work together, the freight train or not. Oh no!
Norman Steve, Justin Glickner misses his box, but Steve turned in, and oh no, Steve outside of his box big time as well. Looks like I thought they were going to ghost, but Steve turned in. Norm was there, and Norm was on the inside. That's going to really hurt Steve Hansel.
Yeah, Steve might not. Steve's definitely not going to be in the draft here. So
still pitting.
He's going to be hoping for a caution, just like anybody else who gets out of cycle. So Eric Thaler with a great stop there. He's going to be the lead truck in this second pack. But look at those two trucks right there. Jason Phillips and Robert Sanders. They're going to be steamrolling. They're going to get right past everybody. They're going to be in the lead, 100%. Eric Thaler is the only one that might be able to keep up with these two if he jumps in behind them and is able to get up to speed.
Jump up there.
We might
maybe get some help from Samia. Yep, 2 trucks. Gonna be hard.
Yeah, but we might have. It looks like we have a 6-truck breakaway. They're around a second ahead of the next pack of trucks. So, you know, if they get uniform and work together, then these 6 trucks could run away from the rest of these guys, but it doesn't look like they're wanting to get uniform or work together. So scratch everything I just said. We're going to have a big old pack again. Who wants to work together, right? This is racing. They're 3 wide up there. They're not working together. Are you kidding me?
Daytona, man. All or nothing. Race 1. We got drops this season. We got drop races. So it's a long season. We're going for it. That on the outside, is that Samia?
Yeah, Samia on the 3 wide outside with Robert Sanders, who was in the middle. So we've got, let's see, how many trucks are in this pack?
Down to Glickner.
10 trucks in this pack. So, and then behind them, there's another pack of 8 trucks that are all together. You can see them back. So we've got 2 different races going on. We've got the race for first, and we've got the race for 11. If it continues green. I don't know if those guys would be able to catch up, especially running 2x2.
10 truck pack, if they stay together, could work and pull away. We'll see if that gap gets bigger. Right now it's getting smaller, 4.93 between 10th and 11th.
Yeah, we'll have to pay attention to that gap and see if those guys behind do work together and try to catch up to this front pack. But right now it looks like these guys are up here fighting like crazy trying to lead this thing. Robert Sanders, your current leader, with Michael Samia giving him a big old shove on the outside. Jason Phillips on the inside with Andrew Miller giving him a shove. These guys are back and forth, swapping the lead around. Jason Phillips back out to the point once again. But as soon as this happens, side draft, and then bam, here comes Robert Sanders again. And Michael Samia on the outside, back and forth, zig and zag.
Riding with Dustin Reinstedel in his helmet, this is what he sees. The back of the Midwest Motorsports truck, number 15, Eric Taylor. That's all you can really see is maybe one truck ahead of you, looking at the outside lane to see what they're doing. How do you react when there's 3 trucks in front of what you can really see?
It's tough. I mean, you know, all you can see right now is that Midwest Motorsports logo, and you try to look ahead past him all the time and see if anything's happening in front of you, see if you can see a checkup, but half the time you can't see him. I mean, look at this. You can't see at all what's happening in front of you. So you just have to hope for the best. That's plate racing for you. You just stay in your line and try to make some moves and get up to the front, but at some point you're going to have some hairy things happen and you're going to have to figure out how to get around it. And that's what all these guys are going to have to deal with at some point in this race, as we've got a lap truck there jumping to the outside. And the Gravedigger truck. Looks like he's going to be able to hold it up there. They're going to be 3 wide here for a few. Now they are good once again. That would be the 33 of
Thank you.
Chris Howlett?
Chris Howlett. Is it Chris? Mr. Howlett.
Craig? Chris?
Craig? Sorry. We'll find out for next race. Apologize, Mr. Howlett.
Yeah, I remember the Gravedigger scheme from his first race at Watkins. And, oh, we've got a pace car. We are under caution. Let's see. What happened here?
Chris Taylor. Oh, maybe this. Craig Nagy. Hopefully we'll get some info from race control here shortly and tell us who was involved.
Oh,
Yeah,
those 2 trucks are
outside.
kissing.
Yeah.
Oh, so
no.
the second pack had a wreck here. Let's see what happened here.
Travis Jones and is that Trevor McLaughlin?
Yep.
All right,
Trevor
let me get
McLaughlin
there first.
up there on the outside. Let's see if this was. I mean, I'm assuming it was just a push that wasn't perfectly square. Oh, Trevor just loses it. Trevor loses it in the draft. Super easy to do. Looks like he holds on to it, but, you know, obviously it's really difficult to avoid it as to the other trucks. He loses control here in the dirty air of that 96, right up underneath his bumper, trying to just stare at that bumper and move with him. You can see he gets off a little bit, air on that nose, and then comes back over, no air. And then once he goes through the dog leg, little, just no air on the nose, and he's already lost it. You can see sideways and no control of that thing. Trying to hold on to it, keep it straight, and the 51 gets into the back of him. Ian Silva gets up into James Olavison, and we've got a nice little kissing scene here on the outside. Norm as well getting into that, and I can't read the
James
number.
Olavison and Michael Harris Jr. Michael Harris Jr. in the 40.
Okay. I could see the 0, but I couldn't see the 4. So unfortunate there. Those
Looks like
guys, obviously,
yeah,
they were trying to catch up to that pack ahead of them and pushing hard, but
like
that's
Trevor got
how,
away with the 0x.
yeah, that's how easy it can. That's how easy it can get away from you. Trevor has got plenty of experience racing in the Oval Series. He's a good driver, so it can happen to anybody.
It can happen just that quickly. People are still taking to the pit lane. We are on lap 40, so there's the top 11 have pitted, and now the second half pit, and we're going to be back up into one big group with 23 cars on the same lap on the lead lap. So only 7 lap cars. I wonder if Tyler Short is going to get a wave around for a lucky dog.
He most
Believe
likely will.
believe that's how it works. Well, we made it halfway before our first caution for incidents. So I'll take that as a win. See if
Yeah,
we can go the rest of the way.
I definitely would take that as a win as well. Uh, Everyone loves it whenever we get some green flag racing. Which here at the Midwest Motorsports iRacing Series League. Okay, I kind of lost the train of thought there. There's not really all that many cautions, to be honest with you. It's a very clean league. Not too much wrecking going on. It happens every once in a while, but most of these guys are really clean. Makes for some really good racing. So yeah, just putting that out there. If anybody's watching and for some reason is not in the league, you should join. It's a lot of fun. It's free. It's a whole lot cleaner than your draft master officials, or some would say the crash masters.
You took the words out of my mouth. Much cleaner than the officials. You can always go to midwest-motorsports.com and sign up. It's never too late. We have 2 drop races this truck season. Um, Entries are always open and always free. Midwest-motorsports.com. Check out the different leagues that we have. Truck Series on Fridays, Cup Series, Next Gen Cup Series on Sundays, and Tuesday is our Road Series. We're halfway through this season. It's GT4 currently. Signups are always open. You can join in the middle of the season, no worries. Go on in and have a fun and enjoy. Get to know the person you're racing beside, racing next to, and the racing all throughout is relatively clean. Lots of camaraderie in the chats. It's a lot of fun reading along and following along. Get to know your fellow racer. A lot of fun. Midwest-motorsports.com. Join us.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun being in this league. It's a lot of fun having fun with everybody. It's a good chill time. There's not really too many people that you would ever really run into that are gonna be too
Got
contesting of a
incidents. Yeah.
personality. So
We got we got no room for jerks in this league. They get weeded out pretty quickly. But we've been pretty lucky that everybody's been cool and we've been able to hang out, and talk to each other, and learn a lot. I'm sure you guys have learned from each other. And now we're going to go back green racing. Robert Sanders and Eric Thaler. Robert Sanders has the field. He takes off. Eric Thaler's right with him, though. On the inside, Eric hung with them and anticipated. The bottom line, going to get a better run. Into turn 1, look at Dustin Reinstedel in the 11. That is a 5 truck. Looks a lot like a 9, but it is a 5. Brandon Cotton. Second row, inside lane. Sean Happick's been running up front all night. Great run for Sean Happick. Glad to see him having a good run. Travis Jones right beside him, right behind him on the inside lane. The pole sitter, Jason Phillips outside, looking up at Justin Thaler, Dustin Reinstedel, and Robert Sanders. How they run right now. We're all back in one pack.
if we remember back to Talladega last season, hopefully I remember this correctly, but Sean Happick and Brandon Cotton, they were both really fast last season at Talladega, running up front most of the time. I think they were involved in like one of the late cautions or something, or some sort of pit cycle issue or something in that truck race that kept them from being able to win that thing. But they were both fast last time around in the last plate race. Oh man, that was a good job holding on to that by that
I think that
black
was Rye.
truck back there.
Rye Bates, I believe.
Yeah, Rye Bates. Well
Great
done in the
save.
number 69. Great save. These things are hard to hold on to, so big props to anybody who can keep these things going straight at 180 miles an hour. They're hard to keep going straight whenever you're in control of them, much less whenever you're out of control.
Is it the wind? Is it just the nature of a truck body side draft? What makes it hard?
They don't have much downforce to begin with, especially on the nose. So whenever you have all that dirty air further back in the pack you are, or even whenever you're just right up underneath somebody's bumper, it gets really light. The truck gets so light in the nose, and then if you swerve a little bit and then hit that air, it's like a brick wall. And if you're just a little bit out of whack, you hit that air whenever you poke out, and all of a sudden, that truck's gone. You can't do anything about it. It's really difficult to keep these things straight for 75 laps in a row, running in the dirty air right up under somebody's bumper for so long. It's really difficult. So everybody says it's easy. All you got to do is turn left, right? Like, it's not that hard. You don't even hit the brakes on this track. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Constantly throttle control to keep from running the people over in front of you, and constantly sawing back and forth at the wheel. I mean, you'll be able to see it here riding along with Eric Thaler, Mr. Midwest Motorsports, and you'll see him. He's pretty smooth on the wheel here, but if he were to be up underneath the bumper of that truck in front of him, you would see that wheel coming back and forth, and you can still kind of see him having to sway it just a little bit. As he gets close, you can see him really driving it here through the middle of the tri-oval, getting a little bit sideways. You can see Justin as well in front of him getting a little bit crooked as the yellow is out once again. Who was it this time? Oh. It was more than just a...
Parts and pieces flying everywhere.
We had quite a few in this one, it looks like. Oh, man.
Oh, big time. 22.
Big pile up here.
Robert Olavison. Oh.
Let's see what happened here. Looks like it started up around this region. Let's see what happened going off into turn one. Oh, is that Michael Samia jumping in the middle, making it 3 wide? Loses the rear of it, making that move, touches the quarter panel of the 23. Now he's trying to keep that thing straight. They're still 3 wide. Still okay for now.
McLaughlin.
Trevor
going for the sucker gap.
Jumping into the middle. Oh, the gap is closing. Yeah.
Oh.
Unfortunate. Gap closed there on Michael. Just gets touched by James, and that turns the 80 truck of Sean Happick right up into James Olavison's quarter panel. And then here it's just hope for the best. Got a whole bunch of trucks involved, the 22 and the 23 coming together there. Trevor McLaughlin as well, getting some damage from that. And looked like that was the 69 that also got hit there and trying to get around the outside. The 77 hard into the wall. 87 spinning through the grass. Looks like 33 trucks going to make it through, as well as the 48 truck. That was last year's points champion, by the way, Nicholas Iceland, making it through the wreckage here.
One more time from the 77's point. Minding his own business back here. And it all happens in front of him. Too hard to see. Go back up.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can't see. Like even whenever you're this far back from the trucks in front of you, you can't see what's happening until you see the smoke. So he's going, he's seeing everybody fan out. He's jumping down there and trying to get it slowed down, I believe, and just loses control once he goes from the apron to the banking and gets in the back of the other truck. Good job there, keeping from hitting 22. Oh, but then he loses it and hits the wall. So
Probably has a little bit of
unfortunate.
damage. Use that fast repair. I'd say Tyler's short. Got the short end of that stick. No pun intended. Apologize for that. But wrong place, wrong time for Tyler. Hopefully he'll get it back together. Use your fast repair. We're going to have Travis Jones up front. Dustin Reinstedel. Those front three were going at it. The 11, no stranger to running up front. It was the 11, the 2, and the 15 all together. They did not pit.
Travis
Can't make
Jones,
it.
by the way, up 25 positions.
Yeah, shout out to you.
Shout out to Travis.
Involved in last week's big one. Lights are still on the pace car, so we're going to have at least one more lap.
So let's do some math here. So we're going to have at least one more lap. If somebody comes in now, they would have to do 25 laps on fuel.
That's pushing it, I think.
Basically. So if you are the fuel-saving Jesus, okay, and you roll around in the back and don't waste any fuel, everyone else pits at halfway through, you stay out, you might be golden. You might just be golden.
Would you take that chance?
I would.
You would.
You do anything to win. Yeah, you do anything to win. One caution, you make it to the end, you have track position. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So, if it's a right timed caution, you have track position on everybody. Now, you're going to be by yourself after they pit, so they might catch back up to you at some point, but also you might be able to, if they all kill each other on pit end, then that's also a plus if you're the one guy that stays out. I don't think anybody's going to do that because it's probably too risky, but it seems like something stupid enough for me to do. So
Well, I mean, I hear you. Yeah, I think you would really need some racing partners. If everybody has to stop, there's going to be a time where you're the only truck out there. They're going to be turning 2 seconds faster than you are. So that may not work out. But you got to risk it to get the biscuit sometimes. Isn't that what they say?
Yeah, I mean, if you're one of the guys out in like 20th position or so that, maybe just got caught up in that last caution, and you don't have the track position, you just had to pit, come down, fill that thing up with fuel. You got 26 laps to go, coming up on 25 whenever we go green. So I mean, they made it what, 23, 24 laps on fuel? I think you can stretch it if you play your cards right. I think you can stretch it if it goes green all the way. I mean, like I said, you have to be the fuel-saving Jesus, like maybe like a Brad Keselowski or a Brad Keselowski at what was it, Indianapolis, or Joey Logano at Nashville. But anyways, we're going back green, so I'll shut up.
Rocky Mount, Virginia's Travis Jones in the 96. Going to bring us to the green with Justin Thaler. Eric Thaler right with him. Up high is Dustin Reinstedel in the 11 with Justin Glickner. I think the 11 is going to try to look down, come down, and right behind Eric Thaler, if he can lift just for a second, drag the brake. What do you do to get clear of the 15 so you can drop down? I think 11 wants to be with the 15, maybe not.
It looks like Dustin wants to be the front of that top line to me.
Yeah.
Justin Thaler seemed to want to get around Travis. Travis said, no bueno. I am going to be this lead truck, and he wants to dictate the pace of the field. He wants to be the guy out in the point. He wants the clean air. Same thing with Dustin. And whenever you're the guy with the clean air, you've got the best handling truck in the field. So I don't blame him, honestly. Like, you guarantee yourself, for the most part, that you're not gonna wreck unless you
Oh,
get
doggy.
burned. Oh no!
At number 3, Justin Thaler thinks about it in the 2 truck. Great shot of it. Now he gets a bump in the corner. The
Big
21,
shove in the
Justin
middle of the corner.
Glickner pushes Dustin Reinstedel to the front. Is that an 8-scale buggy on the back of Travis Jones? I think it is, RC buggy. All good. Oh, Dustin Reinstedel in the 11. He sends him around. Righty with
almost
21.
up and over.
Up and over. Insane. We're going to see this.
Oh, that's good. That's a big wreck. That is a big one.
That was Glickner, right?
Do you remember what I said about being in the front and you have a less of a chance of being in a wreck?
Yep. He's clear.
Unless you
Now
get
Travis
together?
Jones is up the road. Oh
Oh
my gosh.
man, that's a
They all
big
get
stack
piled
up.
up. And if you came to get gas now, you were golden.
Yep, well, they can all make it to the end on fuel now.
If they stop now. What happens? I remember Justin Thaler giving the 96 a bump. We were riding with the 11.
I think it comes from the top lane here. I could be wrong, but I think so. The closing speed on the bottom's pretty high. Justin Thaler on the
Good.
Justin Thaler on the back of Travis Jones gets into the back of Dustin Reinstedel, and Dustin loses it, gets up into the 21, and then the 21 loses control, and then it's all over from there. It's like
96 going up.
it's like a bowling alley, and somebody just bowled a strike.
There's like 3 pushes. I mean, even the 15 back here is pushing the 2, and the 96 doesn't know that he's getting a push 3 trucks deep, and then he goes up and pushes the 11. The 21 is a little off center on the 25 as well. So, like 21 came down and pinched the 11. Didn't give anywhere for this 96 to go. The 11 comes up
right
as well.
there. Yeah, like 96 and Travis Jones really could do nothing there, because he was getting pushed by the 2 there really hard, and you know that's the big risk of being the 3rd truck in line and pushing like that. Whenever you get up to the 1st truck in line, you might have something like this happen. So yeah, that was a big pileup. I mean, half the field, or more than half the field, most likely has damage from this, and we know that people have burned a few fast repairs now. So I wonder how many people still had their fast repairs that were in this wreck. I mean, look at them all spread out. They're like a bunch of ants. There's no reason even
They're
trying to call
still
out
spinning.
everybody.
Yeah.
Nose damage there for Trevor McLaughlin. I know he's already used his fast repair from that last caution. Oh, they're still wrecking.
52, 48.
At least Nicholas did save his fast repair from missing the wreck before, so he can use it now. James Olavison, we know that he just used his fast repair in the last caution. He's got a lot of damage there in the front again. So that's going to shake up the field quite a bit, I would say. We'll see who actually came through unscathed. Whoever made it through and didn't have to pit will be...
I think Dustin's got the golden horseshoe today, I believe.
Yeah, I'll say he kind of got lucky that he was able to save it off of
96.
the 96 there, and keep that thing straight. So we've got Dustin Reinstedel, Ian Silva, Travis Jones, Jason Phillips, Justin Thaler, Sean Happick, John Asselin, Michael Harris Jr., Justin Glockner, and Robert Sanders are your top 10. Quite a few people taking repairs on their pit stops there. Robert Sanders, 33 seconds. Nick Asselin, 33. Trevor McLaughlin, 37. They're coming back into pit again. So these guys, a lot of people have residual damage. They're out of fast repairs. So they're going to have to be coming back in and getting repairs. Probably the rest of the caution here. Are we going 2x2 now? We might be. I can't see the pace car.
Sorry, buddy. Working on it.
Yep, lights are out, so we're going back green this time. So those guys coming in, taking a few seconds of repairs, trying to get those things fixed up.
So don't forget, 5 laps, and after a green flag, any 4Xs and above will be reviewed after the race. So that one came within 5 laps of the latest green flag, so that is subject to a penalty. If the stewards can find fault on anyone, they might get an end of line or point deduction. We'll see how that plays out after the race. There'll be a race review of the stewards. But usually they're pretty on point. This will be one of the first ones, definitely the first points paying review after the clean starts rule this season. So we'll see if it has an impact on the championship. Possibly, maybe not. I mean, super speedways, accidents do happen. You mentioned the trucks are hard to hold a clean line. We've seen that over and over again. But if it could have been avoided, the league has a responsibility to make sure everybody does their best effort to stay clean. So I applaud the effort. I think it's really hard to enforce. But either way, we're going to go green for 21 laps. Everybody can make it on fuel from here, we believe. Let's get racing. Then we can talk about the clean starts if you want. But right now, we got to find a winner. Dustin Reinstedel steps on the loud pedal. Ian Silva on the outside lane with the pole sitter, Jason Phillips. Travis Jones pushing the 11 deep into the turn.
11 at Dustin Reinstedel in the 96, jumping out here just a little bit. Looks like Travis Jones is going to get hooked back up on his bumper, coming down the back straightaway once he gets that thing square to it. So they're hooked up on the top end, on the bottom. Jason pushing the 51 of Ian Silva, and Travis pushing the 11 of Dustin. Down the back straightaway, Travis still locked onto that rear bumper of Dustin Reinstedel, going all the way through 3 and 4 on that bumper. That's some scary stuff, but it can definitely
Ian
be helpful.
Silva, 51
Ian jumping
drops
down to the bottom.
Love it. So, I mean, did we learn anything just now? You know, we were hooked up 3 trucks deep, and we had a big one. I see Justin Thaler leaving a little bit of space to have time to react. But let's see if these guys, like I say, learn anything from that last incident and try to avoid it again. If we just go flat out and try to push 4 trucks ahead of us. Ian Silva in the 51, he chose 51 because it looks kind of like a S-I, which is the first 2 letters of his last name, Silva. So that's how he chose the 51. I thought that was a pretty interesting fun fact. As your pole sitter, Jason Phillips, has dropped down on the inside lane and now is your new leader.
These guys shuffling around, trying to figure out what lane they want to be in, who they want to trust. As now the leader on the outside lane is Sean Happick with Michael Harris Jr., our occasional Sunday commentator on the outside, second in line. Robert Olaviston, third in line on the outside. So these guys jumping up towards the front, cycling up there as everyone jumps down to the bottom. Speaking of jumping down to the bottom, Sean Happick jumps down to the bottom in front of Jason Phillips, so that's going to put the number 40 of Michael Harris Jr. as the lead truck on the outside line. So these guys, they're like a washing machine. They're cycling in all kinds of crazy ways here. See if anybody decides to actually work with the person behind them on that top lane, or if everyone just wants to jump down in front of the guy on the bottom. Looks like we might have got to 3 wide there, coming into 2, or into 1. Nope. They're still 2x2s. They come roaring around turn number 2 from the digger cam. Or 4. 2. Yeah, I saw the cone.
2. Yep, all good.
Coming down the back straightaway, Robert Sanders having a little bit of a look, a little bit of clean air up in the middle there on that front of that tie-dye truck.
Michael Samia was looking at the going 3 wide, but he learned something the last time he tried that. It didn't work out so well, as Michael Harris goes way up high against the wall, trying to avoid any side draft, and now drops down with the 22 right behind him. Action up front. 22 left, right. On the bumper, Michael Samia is trying to find a clean bumper to push. Now he has to be pushed by the number 6. If Michael A. Harris.
Oh,
3 wide. Are we wrecking? Not yet. Alavison. Oh, into Jason Phillips. We'll see how this race plays out. The caution's out, so the field is frozen.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
man.
I thought they were going to hold on to it there. I really did.
They really almost had it.
That sucks.
See if I can find Jason Phillips. Sorry about this, guys. Gotta find. Where'd he go?
Poor Jason. Nothing he could do there.
No, that happened 4 rows in front of him.
Yeah. We'll see what it starts out in the front here. So we'll see what happens here. So got the 3 of Michael Samia coming up. Oh, the 22, Robert Olavison trying to jump up to the outside. And then a little bit of net code contact there between the 22 and the 80. Gets up into Travis. Travis gets up into the wall. And then the 80.
Right rear.
Just right rear, straight into Jason Phillips. Nothing he can do. Unfortunate for him. But thankfully, it was the right rear and not the front. So even if he doesn't have a fast repair, that shouldn't hurt him too much. As long as he doesn't have like a suspension issue or something. I believe both of them might be okay straight line speed wise. Sean Happick and Jason Phillips. I don't think either one of them got a nose hit here. So here once again in slow motion. Got the 22 of Robert Olavison up behind the number 40 of Michael Harris Jr. looking to the outside, but unfortunately just gets up into Michael Samia, and he's fighting that thing, tank slapper back and forth. Small little touch there with the 80, and that's just going to send the 80 around once he gets contact with Travis Jones, and that's going to hook the 88, and these two go off and do some pirouettes in the grass. Everyone else seemed to hold on to it there at least.
It's like Michael Samia might be the race leader after that. He was in front when the yellow flag flies. And the 80 did everything he could there. I hate it because he's been having a really good race so far. Is the 80. So I hate to see him having difficult. Sean Happick, feel for you, brother. Hopefully we'll get it back together. Go racing again.
The number 3 of Michael Samia has an incident limit drive-through.
Oh, no.
From the contact during that caution. So he's going to have to serve that drive-through, which is very unfortunate for him in that number 3 Platinum Elite Racing truck.
15x is the limit. Once you get to 15 incident points, you have to serve a drive-through. Good thing for him, it is a super speedway, so he might be able to work his way back up to the front, but how quickly things can change when you go from leading the pack to having to serve a drive-through. I feel for you. But
yeah.
Here's the rules. And after that, 25 again, so you only get 10 more, and you have to come back through. 25 or 20? I'll check the rules right quick. Well,
I think it's 25.
Yeah.
And it does suck because he's going to have to serve that under green, I think. I might be wrong. So, I mean, based upon the last 10 laps of this race, there's probably going to be another caution that'll bring him back into it. But but hopefully not. Unfortunately, right after we talked about how great and clean the racing usually is here, we all get a bunch of wrecks. So it's unfortunate. We're back to iPacing, everyone's favorite nickname for iRacing.
Yes. And usually, I got to be honest, the Midwest Motorsports usually is relatively clean. I mean, I guess all bets are off at a super speedway.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting pretty close to the end of this thing, so everybody's wanting to try to fight for every position, be up at the front, be the leader, and these are the sort of things that happen whenever it's getting to crunch time, unfortunately. Just we got 30 something trucks fighting for one place, so it's bound to happen, especially at a super speedway. It's just unfortunate that it's happened a few times in a row here. You know what they say, cautions breed cautions.
Cautions breed cautions. In real life and in Midwest Motorsports racing. You
So
got
we're
3
gonna
laps to serve it. I guess you got to serve it right away, probably. You serve it coming to the green, you're more likely to not get in trouble, but I don't know.
Yeah, and this
So
is
lose
always
lose.
interesting
Yeah,
for the other guy on the front row because the control
right.
car is going to be the one peeling off into the pits to serve the drive-through. So it's going to be on Michael Harris Jr., I think is how that rule works. Um, and Ian Silva will take over as the lead point man on the bottom. That's if Michael Samia peels in to serve it on the restart, which would be
Right.
probably the best time to do it. But, you know, he could do it anytime in the next 3 green flag laps. As we're coming to the green now, we'll see if he peels off behind the pace car or if he stays out. Looks like he's going to stay out and take the green here, so he's going to have to peel off, serve that drive through, but he is going to take the green flag on the restart here with Ian Silva right behind him. Michael Harris Jr. on the outside with Dustin Reinsettle behind him. Nobody's really hooked up yet on these front couple of rows, but Dustin Reinsettle coming up to the rear bumper of that number 40, Michael Harris Jr. Going to be pushing him. You don't even have to be on the bumper to push. And Michael Harris Jr. going to be out in the point here, coming out of turn number 2. Coming down the back straightaway, we've got somebody off on the apron there. Looks like Robert Olavison. Coming down towards turn number 3. Michael Harris Jr. still out in front with Dustin Reinsettle. But Michael Samia is still right there on him. Remember, he does have to serve that penalty, so we'll see whenever he decides to do that. Looks like he's doing it now. He's peeling off. So that's going to make Ian Silva the new leader of the bottom lane with Justin Thaler right behind him. And Justin Glockner third in line down there. John Asselin as well. Good running position for him up in third on that top row.
Michael Harris Jr. doing a good job staying up high. Justin Reinsettle gives him a push down the super stretch in the back. Trevor McLaughlin in 99 going 3s, overlapped both the 25 and the 2. And he is on the lead lap, currently P6. So he's, with all that damage, is still running up front. That's got to be a good sign for everybody else. Look at the 96. Right, everybody else riding around with damage. We're going 3 wide back here. Is that the 80 up high? Sorry for the picture breakup. Still hard to tell. 29 Andrew Miller.
3 wide still up front and in the middle of the pack. Oh my God, are they 4 wide? They're 4 wide going down the back straightaway.
Down the back stretch.
Ian Silva getting hung out to dry, as well as Michael Harris Jr. on the outside. They're still 3 wide.
4. Oh my goodness. What a move.
I'm clenching my teeth, clenching my cheeks. I'm clenching everything. Oh no. Travis Jones gets spun into the wall. Ian Silva, number 52, I saw as well in it. That would be Colin Huffman, as we have another yellow flag. So we'll see where this all started.
Oh, 23 in it. That was short. 88, spinning around. 80, Sean
Michael
Appick
Harris
in it.
Jr. lost his bumper.
96
big hits into the wall there.
We did it. We did 4 wide around turn 1 and 2, or 1 and 2, and then all heck breaks loose. I don't really know exactly who to follow. Maybe the 96 he got crossed up.
Yeah, let's see. We're 3x3x3 coming through turn 4. And yeah, the 96 just gets hooked there by the 25. And simultaneously, up in front of them, the 51 gets hooked by the 40. So two separate wrecks here happening right in front of each other. 52 getting caught up in it, and then he gets spun around up in front of everybody, and then we've got all these trucks getting stacked up here on the bottom, trying to avoid it on the apron, and just nowhere to go.
I want to see the 51 here. Oh, he and the 40 got crossed up because the 40's all the way against the wall. Did he come down? There's the 51 come up because they're wrecking behind them.
Yeah, the 40 comes down into the 51,
Just
it
a
looks
little
like
bit.
to me. Just a
Half a
little
truck
bit.
width. Yeah,
Yeah,
all it
it's
took.
not much, but small tap, it's big consequences with these things. That's super speedway racing for you in a nutshell. Looks like John Asselin was able to get through it, as well as the number 29 there. Looks like he was able to sneak through. A lot of people having to go through the grass to avoid. See the Pepto truck there going through the grass. Our pole sitter here, number 88, Jason Phillips in the grass. 52 spinning him up, trying to get it out. All
Just barely.
barely able to avoid that crash there with the 24.
A whole lot of wrecking going on, man. I hate it for everybody.
Yeah, it's always unfortunate to see. You know, nobody ever wants to see cautions. As you can see, there's only what 8 of them. That's 8, 9 of them that stayed out on the track there. Basically, everybody else came into the pits to repair, I can presume. So, yeah, we'll see how
Survival
this
of the
turns out.
fittest. Once again, you got to survive. You got to be there at the end. That was going to be reviewed as well, I'm sure. It's under 5 laps.
8 to go. So, it's only going to get crazier from here. Maybe we can set a new overtime record.
Not
I
this
hope
year.
not.
We got one green white checker chance, and that's it. After the green white checkered,
Woo.
the yellow comes out, call it as the finish. So one green white checker is the rule for season 8.
Let's see who our front drivers are going to be this time around. So we're going to have Justin Thaler, Robert Sanders as the 2 trucks in the front, Dustin Reinstedel, and Trevor McLaughlin. First time I've seen him up towards the front. Only times I've really seen him is whenever he's either facing backwards or sideways. So good for him to get back up there. We've got Justin Glickner and Michael Harris Jr., 5th and 6th. Brandon Cotton, John Asselin, Travis Jones, Ron Schaumer. Those are your top 10. Quite a few people have been shuffled around to the back. Big standout for me, Nick Asselin in 22nd. This might be his drop race already. Once again, last season's champion. All the way back there. Unfortunate for him. Norm as well in 21st. Last season's runner-up at Talladega, the last super speedway race we had. Back in 21st, 20th, now 20th, because Greg Nagy came into the pit lane. So, big old jumbled up field here. As always, that makes for some fun. People in the back wanting to get to the front, people in the front wanting to stay at the front. It always makes for some fun. I can't wait.
We're going to have 8 laps. Do you want to be leading at the white, or you want to be getting a push?
I think I want to be the lead car on the outside coming to the white. That's what I want to be. Get that run coming off of turn 4 from the outside, a little bit of side draft on the guy on the inside. Depending on who your pusher is. You know, if you have a good pusher on the outside, or if you have a good pusher on the inside, you want to be that lead truck. It's hard to move forward whenever you've got people behind you as well. And we're going back green. Justin Thaler with a really big jump there. Caught Robert Sanders sleeping. Dustin Reinstedt was going to clear him as well. So that may have been a coordinated restart from them.
Sorry if there's a little picture breakup. We're doing the best we can with what we're working with. It should clear up here shortly if you're seeing it. The 5 truck is doing a good job in his first race of the season. Obviously, everybody's first race of the season. Brandon Cotton up front. Again.
Oh, we're 3 wide again. Oh, we're 3 wide. Oh, boy. Travis Jones in the middle. Michael Harris Jr. looks like he got shuffled up to the outside. I believe that was Michael Harris Jr. He doesn't have a rear bumper anymore, so it's kind of hard to push him. As we're coming around towards the start-finish line once again to complete the first lap of green, of hopefully the final green flag run, as the 6 and the 22 are the 2 lead trucks coming around into turn number 1. We'll see who has the better pusher. That's the name of the game. Dustin Reinstedt or Trevor McLaughlin, who will be the guy using their front bumper the best.
That's right. I don't know if Trevor McLaughlin might have put some of that ghost in his fuel tank. As Smoofy said, it's also giving him a little extra boost, or maybe not extra mileage, but maybe it gives him that little bit extra to push the tie-dye truck up front, but not so fast as down low. Dustin Reinstedt and Justin Thaler touch bumpers right at the exit of the turn. Get a bump. If you can get one more going into the turn. They seem to do a good job of timing the bump just at the right time. There it is. Give them a shove into the corner. Back off as they have input steering. Then give them a bump coming off of the corner as well. Dustin Reinstedt is the best at it. As the 99 on the outside gives the 6 a push as well. So timing their bumps just right as we're coming to 3 to go.
Yeah,
So far, everybody's playing nice.
Yeah, you want to be locked on down the straights and let go in the corners. You can see the bottom lane will pull in the middle of the corner. Then this top lane's going to have more drive coming out of the corner. We're 3 wide in the middle of the pack here. John Asselin, good job holding on to it. Oh, no.
All that. Samia, Tyler Short. But Samia's got it pointing the right direction. Who else gets turned back around? Oh, Samia loses it. Just at the last second. Man. Saw that happen.
We have another yellow.
3 wide.
Well, we're going to have a green-white checkered.
Yep. I think that was Eric Thaler on the outside of the 23 here.
Yeah, let's see what happened.
They almost saved it.
So we're 3 wide coming into the dog leg. Get out the old chopper cam. Be able to see what's going on. So you got Michael Samia on the outside. In the middle, number 23, who we are riding with, of Tyler Short.
Cookie Monster.
Ian Silva on the inside. So the 23 snaking around, that thing getting a little crazy. You can see John Asselin up there getting a little out of whack. And
was it a reaction to that?
A little bit of reaction going on. Yeah, 23 goes high, gets up into the 3. Just a tiniest touch.
I think he was in the 15 as well.
Around.
The 15 might have finished him into the 3.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. Let's see. But I don't think he was all the way clear of the 15.
Yeah, he might have jumped. Whenever he came up, he might have got hooked here by the 15 into him. Yeah, it's
just
tight.
A touch. Oh, man.
It's really close. But yeah, the smallest touch is the biggest consequence. And those 3 trucks
going for a ride.
Together, going for a ride, and then we've got the guys behind them trying to get it slowed down, and it's always hard to slow it down, especially as like the 4th, 5th truck in line behind the wreck. It's so hard to see it and get slowed down. So those guys all getting it stacked up once again. Unfortunate for them.
Number 6, Robert Sanders will be your leader.
I'm interested to see what line he picks. So Trevor McLaughlin will be starting on the inside row 2. Dustin Reinstedt outside row 2. Robert was getting pushed by Trevor in the last run there, and Trevor was doing the perfectly timed pushes to lead the laps. Not to lead the whole lap, but just to lead at the line. He was doing some really good pushes there on Robert Sanders. So we'll see if Robert trusts in Trevor again, or if he decides to break up the admins and get in front of Dustin, and leave Justin to be Trevor's pushing buddy.
All right.
We'll see how this goes. I'm not really sure, honestly, on that second row, who I would want to be behind me pushing. Both of them were doing a great job of pushing. So it'll be interesting to see what Robert decides to do here.
I think he would get more loyalty from Trevor. I mean, no disrespect to anybody, of course, but Justin and Dustin, it's not new news that the number 2 and the number 11 are buddies. They go back and forth like they're brothers sometimes. So we know they're good friends. I would want somebody to be loyal to me.
Yeah, I mean, that's
But you never know.
That's the hard part. You don't know if you're gonna get dumped by left to nothing by Dustin if you're Robert. So,
and do you know Trevor well enough? Trevor is Canadian, so you can only trust them as far as you can throw them. And of course, I'm joking, but I know Trevor is a good dude.
I don't know how far I can throw Trevor, to be honest.
Exactly. That's my point.
I've never seen him before, so I'm not really sure. Looks like Robert is going to pick the bottom and be lined up with Trevor. And that will leave the 2 admins on the outside. So same pushing partners, but roles reversed here. We'll have Robert and Trevor on the inside this time with Justin and Dustin on the outside.
Good choice. And, again, by doing that, you might have Trevor in your back pocket. Dustin and Justin are not going to hold back, especially with Glickner, the third truck. No strangers. You got Brandon Cotton back here, third row deep too. Don't count him out. He's been fast. Watched him in practice. And Chris Thaler, look at that. The father of the grandfather of Midwest Motorsports. Chris Thaler, father of Justin and Eric.
Old Ron man Sean. Chris, but he wants everyone to know that he is younger than Norm. He's 65, but he's younger than Norm, and that's all he cares about.
That's all that matters to him right now, for sure. And he's in front of him, too, so that helps. Lights are out as you go past the bus stop.
Fun fact for you, inside third row, we've got the number 5 of Brandon Cotton. And it says here in the fun facts that he has 21 years of experience sim racing. So that's a lot of experience up there. We'll see what that experience does for him. If it puts him in a good position, or hopefully it doesn't put him backwards.
2002. What were the Fanatec direct drives like in 2002? I don't remember.
He's been sim racing slightly shorter than I've been alive. I'm sorry for making anyone listening feel old.
Yep. Young at heart. Young at heart. All good. Who pushes who? Ooh, good jump. Robert Sanders.
Yeah, it might be too good of a jump, though. It's too good of a jump. Dustin and Justin are going to be up close to each other. A little bit of contact there. Oh, and Robert jumps immediately up in front of Justin and Dustin. Leaves Trevor out to dry on the bottom. He's going to have Brandon Cotton, all 21 years of experience, on his bumper. So let's see how long it takes Justin Thaler to... Yep, there. I didn't even get it out of my mouth yet. Yeah, I knew he was going to get out and not be the second truck in line if he could be. So Justin now the point man in front of Trevor McLaughlin. And we've got the 6 of Robert Sanders on the outside with Dustin Reinstedel. Let's see how it goes. Oh, they're getting really squirrely there. Coming out of turn number 4. Coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go. Who's it going to be that takes the checkered flag here? Got Dustin pushing the 6 of Robert Sanders as hard as he can off into turn number 1. They're so close, door to door now, coming out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Who's got the better push? Is it going to be Robert? Is it going to be Justin? Now coming up towards turn number 3, Robert Sanders pulls out ahead, but they're still door to door now, coming around turn number 3 and 4. Justin Thaler out in front. Brandon Cotton giving
Big
the 99 a big push in the middle of the corner. They're all sideways. Hold on to it, boys. Well held there by
Outside,
Trevor.
3 wide.
They're 3 wide.
Oh my gosh,
Robert
what a
Sanders
race.
gets the win. Brandon Cotton, with all 21 years of experience, gets second at the end there. Great job by him, making it 3 wide, then 4 wide. What a finish.
Awesome race.
Oh
Awesome finish.
God.
Robert Sanders pulls it off, and it's a photo finish for second and third. This is how they come across the line.
Look at this screenshot. Look at this screenshot. That is just incredible. Wow. Had 9 trucks there within a quarter of a second. Look at this. 4 wide for the win.
Insane.
3 wide behind them for 5th. Oh my God. Got Trevor
race.
sideways coming across the line in the 99 truck there. Amazing finish. Oh man.
We will see if we can get the top 3 in for some interviews.
So top 3, officially the top 3 finishers are the number 6, your winner. 2nd place, Dustin Reinstedel, and 3rd place is going to be Justin Thaler. So I thought, according to one timing screen, Brandon Cotton's in P2, and I guess according to the iRacing timing screen, he is P4, I assume. And it does. I wonder if we can get a still image of them coming across the line, because it looks like his nose is ahead of Justin's in this still image. That's tough. That's so tight.
Give me 1 second. I will try to put the results on the screen for you here, Walker, and I'll pull the 3 interviewers up.
Okay.
Maybe not. Come on.
Oh my God.
Overlay. What a great finish, man. Good on Robert Sanders to block, throw the block, and get blocked. Let's see results.
Jeez.
Race overall. There you go.
So your finishing standings. Oh, I already see 1 truck missing out of this. That's unfortunate for Trevor, but we'll go through them now. So Robert Sanders, once again, is your winner here at Daytona by 0.5 tenth over Dustin Reinstedel, Justin Thaler, and Brandon Cotton. You could throw a very small blanket over those 3. 1,000th of a second separating 2nd through 4th. And then behind them, you've got Andrew Miller in P5 and Justin Glockner in P6, 1,000th apart from each other. And then behind them, you have Jason Phillips and Nick Asselin, 7th and 8th. Eric Thaler coming home in P9. Robert Olavison getting a top 10 finish there. Ron Schomer in 11th. Michael Samia, 12th. Colin Huffman comes home in 13th position. Michael Harris Jr., Norm Snyder, Sean Happick, Ian Silva, and Travis Jones. That's your top 18. I believe that was almost everyone on the lead lap. Jumping over to the other timing screen, hopefully it's correct. Craig Nagy, John Asselin, Travis Jones, Chris Thaler, Tyler Short, Steve Hansel, Kevin Marie, Rye Bates, Thomas Fueller, Gravedigger Truck, Mr. Hallett, number 33, James Lavison, and Brandon Morris in P30.
Great race. We saw some awesome racing. Thanks for that, Walker. We got 3rd place, Justin Thaler, in the booth with us, I believe. Hey, Justin, it's James and Walker. You got us?
Hey, gentlemen. How are you?
What a great finish, man. Were you expecting Robert Sanders to select the inside to go with you, or what did you think coming to the checkered flag there?
On the lane choice on that last restart, and I figured he was going to take the inside lane on the 99, then he moved up, so I just tried to make a move, put myself in just a better position, hopefully for that finish.
An amazing finish it was. Walker, you got something for Justin?
Yeah, that was once again an incredible finish. I knew that you were going to take whatever front line you possibly could. We all know Justin Thaler pretty well at this point, and we know that you want the clean air. So yeah, that was a incredible finish. Whenever you, I mean, what was going through your head coming through 3 and 4 as you got that massive shove coming out of turn 4? Then we're almost wrecking, and just what was going on for you in your head there?
Hats off, Trevor. Trevor was giving me some awesome shots there. But he gave me a really good one. He kind of lost my rear end towards the back of the backstretch there, and I didn't know he was going to get to me, and he timed it really well and gave me a big shove and kind of got loose. And then I don't know if he got a shove, but the next thing I knew, he was like coming right on the bottom. So I was going to try and clear the top if I could and throw a block at the top lane. But he was pushing me for that first lap, and I was hoping that it would have continued on, and it did. So appreciate that help from him. Don't know what happened there. Apologies if he got caught up in anything, if it was a late block or not. But yeah, it was an interesting race. Wherever the cautions flew, kind of really threw a wrench into, I guess, all my pit stop plans. So it was a little hectic there at the end, trying to figure out, in the last couple, do we pit or do I stay out or whatever? But managed to save enough fuel, stay at the front. I was hoping, on that move back to the bottom, that we were going to be able to at least separate from that top lane. But that top lane, it held up strong.
Great start to your season, Justin. I know 22 race season is a long season, but top 3 finish is a good way to start it. Hopefully you can sleep good for the next couple of nights till the Cup race on Sunday, and next week go to the next race. I believe it's Nashville Super Speedway. So good on you, man. You got 3rd place tonight, man. Not too shabby, right?
Yeah, got out front, led some laps. Would have been. I was hoping to actually get away clean. I got 1-4X from one of the first incidents, and had to burn a past repair there later at the end. So, but yeah, good start to the season. It's a long season. There's no need to get down on your luck right now. So a lot of various cracks and things like that that'll come into play. So I was hoping to just keep up the good finishes.
Right on. Well, we're looking forward to it. It's a great schedule. Thanks for all you do for Midwest Motorsports. 3rd place tonight, man. Good job.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
All right. That's Justin Thaler. We got 2nd place up here, too. Dustin Ryan Stedel. Hey, Dustin, thanks for spending your Friday night with us once again and coming off the golf course to a 2nd place finish, man. Not too bad. Congrats.
Yes, sir. Not too bad. We'll take it. Didn't get
Long
wadded
race.
up in one of these finally.
Yeah, 75 lappers. You didn't start exactly where you wanted to, but you worked your way up to the front slowly but surely. And then you were there in the right place at the right time, coming to the end. What do you think overall for the first race of the season?
I actually keyed up and said it right before the green flag on that green white checker that I'll take a top 5 here anytime. Even last week I was running 4th and ended up 19th or 14th, something like that, on the last lap because we got in a wreck. So I'll take anything together.
Yeah, you earned it. What you got for him, Walker?
Yeah, so you heard me ask this to Justin. I'm gonna ask the same thing to you. What was going on with you? What was going through your head there on the last lap? Because you were the 2nd car in line there, pushing Robert. So what were you thinking? What were you trying to do? Trying to get up to win, or just gonna hold in line and hold on to whatever position you got.
Historically, I push a lot of people to the win. It seems like at super speedways, I usually only win whenever everybody wrecks in front of me on the last lap. But I don't mind finishing second, third, or fourth in these because to me it's kind of one of those things where you got to get lucky and get the pushes anyways. So I'll take a top 3 to 5 finish any day over trying to wreck to win. So I was going to push the 6 no matter what. I was going to push Justin, and then he dropped down. He got a run and took the inside lane, which was a good move to try to win. So then after that, I had the 6 in front of me, and it was about the only thing I could really do. I'm not one for trying to jump 3 wide. That's definitely how you wreck on the coming out of 4.
Yeah, that was I figured that you weren't going to be nearly as aggressive as Justin. We all know Justin's a very aggressive racer whenever it comes to trying to get the win. So, yeah, I mean, that was an incredible finish. 4 wide to the stripe. You were just the guy that you were sticking your tongue out like Lightning McQueen and were able to get second out of this three-way
Yeah, I
scrap
definitely
for
didn't
second
realize it
place.
was that close until I just seen it on the broadcast. I hadn't even went back and really looked at it yet. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, man. Well, it doesn't get much closer to that, man. And kudos to you for keeping it clean. And if you know Dustin Reinstell, he wants to lead from the front. He wants to win every race. I know I've known you long enough, Dustin, that you take what you can get. But it's cool to see that Heim time number 11 paint scheme up front, running like he owns the track. And this time come up with the second place. But we'll look forward. It's a 22 race season going to April. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what you got for us the rest of the season, man.
Yes,
Good luck.
sir.
We'll be
Golf
watching.
season's over in about 1 week, so then I'll be able to get back on here a lot more often and resume making some more cool social media posts again. So can't wait for that. And then hats off to Sanders. Is this his second one or first one?
I don't know. We're
In
going
the
to find
league?
out. Good
It
question.
feels like he's up at the front all the time. So congrats to him regardless. He ran a good race and he was at the front almost all night anyways.
For sure. Thanks a lot, Dustin. Welcome back to the front of the field, man. Good to see you, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's Dustin Reinstedt's second place tonight, and your winner has dropped off of the chat. I don't know exactly where he went.
He needs to be pulled back in.
He was here, and then he was not. I got it. Move to. I'll take him off of mute. Give me half a second. He didn't like. He didn't want to hear Dustin Reinstedel talking good about him, so he wanted to bail on it because he didn't want to believe his ears. Hey, Robert, it's James and Walker in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I do, man. You did it.
Oh yeah,
Congrats on a
finally.
great win,
Finally.
man.
Yes, sir.
Is this your first Midwest Motorsports win?
Yes, sir. I've had him come close a couple times, but first one.
That's awesome, man. Congrats.
Thank you.
The tie-dye, bringing the tie-dye to the front.
Yeah, I
So,
was happy to my new paint scheme. Put it up front.
yeah, it looks great, man. It looks awesome. You can see it from a distance. That's for sure. We know it's you. When they see that tie-dye coming, you know.
That's what I want.
Yeah, exactly, man. So, me and Walker were talking about how did you decide to choose which lane on that final green-white checkered, man? So, what was your thought process there?
Well, I had already kind of made up my mind. I was going to stick with Trevor, but he didn't catch up on the go, so I had to go and make for that outside line. I knew that was what was going to win. So
You got a good jump. It kind of scared me and Walker. We thought it was too much too early and they get a run on you.
I was hoping he was on my bumper a little more, but it is what it is. I knew I was going to have to at least I was going to have to get to the outside line somehow, so I knew I had to get a jump. I was hoping he was going to be able to come with me, but that's just unfortunate the way it worked out.
And you avoid the wrecks. Also, you were up front all night. So
yeah, I got a little bump here and there, but it wasn't nothing major.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about the season, man? It's a long season, but this is the right way to start it off. A 22 race season. So you're starting out up front.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. That's what I wanted to happen. So hopefully some more. We'll see what happens.
What you got for Nashville Super Speedway?
Yeah, so that's what I'm looking forward to. Super speedways, everybody's fast, so we'll see what happens at the short tracks.
What you got for our winner there, Walker?
Yeah, congratulations on your first win, Robert. It's always fun having a new winner. I know how it feels. Everyone that's won at least one knows how it feels to win one. I hope everybody gets that feeling at some point.
Yeah, it was definitely nice, especially to happen at Daytona Speedway. First race of the year.
Yeah, it's always good to start the season out well. Yeah, just a really clean race from you, to be honest. Always in the front. You know, as you said, a bump here and there, a little scuffle here and there. But with all
Yeah,
of the wrecks that were happening there, especially after the halfway point, we were constantly having wreck after wreck after wreck, and somehow that tie-dye number 6 was always splitting the clouds, looking like Moses splitting the Red Sea, and coming through it to take the win. So congratulations.
thank you,
Um,
thank you.
at least you didn't have to be a part of that three-way scrap behind you to win the thing, because that would
Yeah,
have
that
been a
that that was a
little
finish.
nerve-wracking.
Shout out to Dustin. I try, what I've learned at super speedways, don't even look in the mirror. It's not my job to line up with me. I just try to keep a straight line. So I know if I held the middle there, we weren't to pass me on the middle or the bottom. So here we go.
Yeah, that was an incredible finish, and once again, congratulations to you, starting off the season strong, and hopefully you'll be able to stay up there and fight for the championship this season.
Yep, it'll be a long one. We'll see what happens.
Good luck, Robert. Thanks for
Yes,
joining us
sir.
tonight,
Yeah,
man.
man. Thank you.
Congrats
It was
on
a
your
blast.
first win.
Yeah, thank you.
First
Thank you.
win. First win for Robert Sanders in the tie-dye Midwest Motorsports truck car. And man, Truck Series, what a great race we saw tonight, Walker. Thanks a lot for joining me. If there's more of this coming up this season, you're not going to want to miss a single race.
Yeah, I 100% agree. This was such an entertaining race to watch. We got the first half of the race that was all about strategy. We had the green flag pit stops. We had everything that you could possibly imagine happening in a super speedway race. We had the big ones. We had the pit stops. We had the shuffling around. We had the underdogs towards the front. We had the great close finish. I mean, everything that you're used to in watching a super speedway race happened in this race tonight here at Daytona. Amazing race. Thank you to everybody in this race for giving us such a great show, even if it was a little bit rough and a little bit dirty there at times. It definitely was a lot of fun for me as a commentator to watch. But thanks for allowing me to be here and watching this live and having my fun. It's always a pleasure, and I can't wait for Nashville next week.
Let's do it. Glad to have you, Walker. You're a great addition to the broadcast. We appreciate all you do. We appreciate all of the admins do at Midwest Motorsports. And we couldn't do it without the team working together. And so this is the cake that we get at the end. And all the ingredients are together. The fireworks go off and we're going off. Thanks to everybody for joining us. Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe, all that good stuff on your way out. Midwest-motorsports.com if you want to join. And we will see you next week from the Nashville Super Speedway, 9:30 session open, 9:50 race start. We'll see you then. Don't forget to stay in your lane.